there's no place like home. After learning about the beauty and splendor of the homeworld, I began thinking more about the Lyran warriors and what daily life must have been like. I thought it would be so wonderful to see. So I sat, meditated, and prayed to the goddess Sakhmet to allow me to experience one full day in the homeworld. Here is what she showed me. Mornings. The homeworld orbited the two suns, Auralis and Valora, in what is called a circumbinary orbit. Depending on the alignment, there were times when both suns rose and set together, bathing the planet in an intense golden violet glow. Other times, one sun set while the other remained, creating an eternal twilight effect in some regions. Auralis, the larger and more radiant of the dual suns, glowed with a golden white brilliance. It symbolized wisdom, illumination, and life-giving energy, and served as the primary source of nourishment for the Lyrans. Valora, the slightly smaller, more mystical sun, radiated a soft, ethereal light with subtle hints of violet and gold. It represented intuition, harmony, and spiritual connection, complementing Auralis by balancing energy flows on the homeworld. Together, Auralis and Valora created the perfect cosmic harmony, fueling both the physical and spiritual evolution of the Lyrans. Typically, before both suns rose together, and depending on the season, Lyrans woke and began preparing for their day. There is no money on the homeworld, or in the majority of advanced cultures throughout the universe, so money was not their prime motivation. Their excitement laid in the opportunity to pursue their passions: learning, training, exploration, developing their spirituality, helping others, and caring for the homeworld. Queen Sakhmet always guided their way. The majority of Lyrans attended academies for edification and also trained to become warriors. Others worked with nature and harvested and prepared the abundance on the planet. They used their love for the arts, science, and mathematics to mentor other Lyrans, build homes and cities, develop highly advanced technology and starships for defense and exploration. Still others honed their love of music and shared beautiful pieces. Whichever one the Lyrans pursued, they rose from bed each day, greeted one another, then made their way out of doors to soak up their initial amount of energy from the dual suns. They sat in meditation and prayer to connect to each other, the universe, and their queen. Then, after a little more preparation, they left for their pursuits. Some would grab a solar pear, veilberries, or starfire plum or two. Their days were not bound by money, and consequently, time, as it is on Earth. True connection and presence were instilled in them from birth. It was a way of honoring one another and showing authentic respect, care, and love. From mid-morning until afternoon, Lyrans spent their time in the passion of their pursuits. Joy and passion are two of the highest vibrations in the universe. Afternoons. At the brightest point of sunlight in their area, Lyrans all over the homeworld paused and convened. They gathered at tables on land, in the cities, towns, homes, and reconnected with one another. They enjoyed solar nectar and fruits, laughter, and each other's company. Afterwards, they returned to their academies, work, art, or training. Evenings. When the dual suns hit the lower part of their presence in the sky, they returned to their homes to spend more time with loved ones. Or they continued their pursuits. Lyrans required rest, but not in the same way we do on Earth. They can recharge by the energy of their dual suns, the universe, or their own internal stores. It was really more about what they preferred to do. Friends and family would gather, leaders would meet, warriors would train more, young Lyrans studied or played more. Those who chose to return home spent their evenings with family, their beloveds, or friends. They lounged, drank nectar, shared news of their day, told stories, and laughed with one another. Life on the homeworld was filled with respect and love. Lyrans followed their passions, which created a very productive and abundant planet. There was beauty, nature, knowledge, spirituality, abundance, and love. I found their identities did not lie in what they did, because they were nurtured and taught from birth the innate value of their being. It was touching to experience the homeworld this way. I felt reluctance to see it fade from my mind. However, I find comfort that the goddess and the Lyrans are always with us. Join me and shine your light